Guys and gals of YouTube, welcome back to another video. You guys been asking for it. You guys been wanting it. So today we're finally going to talk about the EARSPLITTER, the new spear that was just released last week. I believe we're getting a pistol soon, possibly next week, so we're going to get all of these weapons out of the way. We got one more to go. This is my EARSPLITTER. It is made for a specific character. As you guys know, my favorite character in the entire game is PaleoLuna. This spear is made for her, but there are different ways you can roll this, and there may be a different 6 perk you're looking for. But we're going to talk about this and the couple of builds you can run with it. You probably know which one I'm talking about. And a lot of other things about why this spear is kind of a game changer in terms of Fortnite. So sit back, relax, we're going to jump on into the video. Here is the EARSPLITTER. So, first up, what makes this spear so special? Well, it is kind of special for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is the definition of power creep. The absolute definition. There is a spear in the game that was really good, and I was going to level it up and everything like that, but I just never got around to it. The Atomic Light Expander. All of the sci-fi weapons are fantastic, some of the best in the game. This one had a unique heavy attack, which you slam it down on the ground and a ring explodes. This is no longer useful because of the EARSPLITTER. It is the same exact kind of weapon, a spear, so it works on all the same builds you may use. It has the same heavy attack. It has the exact same heavy attack, except much better. What this thing does that's special, which I'm sure you've played with, is that if you hold down right click, and that is why heavy attack efficiency is on this one in particular, it channels a damaging AoE ring, but that's not all. It also buffs your teammates. And this is the first time ever we've had something like this in Fortnite. This is the first support item we've ever had in Fortnite. And don't undervalue the 40%, about 40%. It's a little bit less extra damage that you can use this with. This can also be used to knock back and stun, well, not stun, but knock back enemies. You can use this to buff your teammates in late game endurance. You're on wave 28 once 10.3 drops and you want to clear it again, and the takers are coming at you, and you slam this thing down. Now they're doing an extra 38% damage. Additive, I believe it's additive. I don't think it's multiplicative. It's really hard to tell, and I haven't had any confirmation on that, but it's still a lot of extra damage to add on to your teammates. It's a good weapon to keep in your hotbar. It's also a crazy weapon when you play it on a specific build. I'm sure you guys saw the video. I'm not sure who posted it, but I'm not taking credit for it, but we will check out that build too. It's very similar to the God mode build I put out almost a year ago with Fate and the Spectral Blade. Constantly spamming heavy attack and you just stay alive. So let's talk about the roles you might want to put on this. Like I said, there are 2 ways you can go. I like PaleoLuna. In fact, I have a video coming out about her again because she is a game changer, and so is Totally Rocking Out, and I want to see if those perks, we'll get there. We will get there. But I have this rolled for PaleoLuna. We have attack speed, heavy attack efficiency. Attack speed, as you know, PaleoLuna does damage per health, not really for any kind of base damage or increased damage. Heavy attack efficiency, so we can slam that perk down, and we have crit rating here. You could do another attack speed if you want to, but who doesn't like to crit? But if you do this and you put attack speed on here, you are limiting yourself to just use it on PaleoLuna. And then we have 60% damage to dancing enemies. The spear works really well here since it's a large AoE. All of the enemies that do get killed, and a lot of them will because the heavy attack damage scales off of Paleo Luna's insane damage. It's usually in a full party about 140k base, not to consider crits or base damage within the weapon itself. You do a ton of damage. Now here's where things get interesting. Eliminating an enemy is, in my opinion, for any base game content, base game, so from Stonewood all the way up to Twine Peaks 174, eliminating is the best 6th perk. Anything above that, so endurance, we're talking very high level endurance, hitting the enemy for 3 or 6 times, whichever the perk may be, is the better perk to do, because you're not going to be able to kill anything at that level using regular weapons, or it will take a long time to do so, and you will be able to hit them more than 6 times to cause the dancing effect. So like I said, this is build 1 of Paleo Luna. 2 would look something like this: crit damage, crit rating, crit damage. This build is meant to just do as much damage as humanly possible every single time your AoE thing goes out. Using a specific character, you're never going to run out of stamina, energy anyway, and it'll allow you to spam this attack basically forever. We're going to throw in like survivalists in that build too, and every enemy you kill heals you. It's quite ridiculous. It really is. So let's jump into the builds and then we'll get some gameplay in, and I'll show you exactly how crazy this spear can be. So this is my new Paleo Luna build, or at least one that I've been testing a lot and haven't been enjoying it a ton. It has an incredible amount of damage and it has a ton of survivability, almost having like 2 forms of coconut heals. It's kind of crazy. So all we have is Blast from the Past. In my opinion, still the best late game perk 174 and plus, or like 140 and plus. Saurian Hide, Saurian Focus, Sub Wafers, which is the 2nd best, possibly the best Rock and Riff perk there is, but you're gonna have to put something on your hotbar. Battle Beat for the eliminations, and Going Coconuts. The other build you might want to try is something I'm sure you may have seen on Reddit, not taking any credit here, just bringing it to your guys' attention if you happen not to see it, is something like this. This is very similar to the Fate build I posted almost a year ago with the Spectral Blade, spamming heavy attacks, basically healing you faster than anything can damage you. But there is a big caveat here. You cannot really pull this off in much higher content than 124. However, 124 and below, it is insane. The clips you've been seeing throughout this video is level, I believe, 100 even, and it absolutely destroys things. You can become your own trap tunnel without any actual traps. You are constantly healing because of survivalists. You have over 1 million health. You constantly getting your energy back between Rapid Charge and Saurian Focus. Point Fury for the spear heavy attack. All you have to do is hold right click, and then again Battle Beat for the eliminations, bumping your damage up. If you want to run this build, I suggest running the double crit chance, double crit damage spear, but if you want to use it on Paleo, again, attack speed is what she needs. So that's just an idea. Let's jump into some gameplay so you can get a real good idea of exactly how well these spears work. All right, we jumped into a mission. I believe it's a 124 4-man. We're gonna trap up here real fast, and we're just gonna see how well we can do within the mission using the Paleo Luna build with the heavy attack efficiency. You can see one of the caveats to this build to make it work specifically exactly how I want it to work is we need to carry 2 things on our hotbar, which doesn't allow for a utility item such as like a Baron or something like that. But I feel like being a ninja has enough mobility to where it doesn't matter too much. You're pretty easily able to get out of all situations. Another thing about this build, I'm just on public. I'm trying to give like a real feel of the game. So we don't have 4 people in here as of yet, and probably not going to, most likely. So we're going to see real quick how well this build does, but it's not at its maximum capacity because I'm not at full health. I'm not even going to grab the banner, the pylon that allows us to get more health, even though I should. I'm just not going to. I just want to give you guys a quick gameplay look at how well this build can work. I found either in the fray, at the spawn, or at the back end of a trap tunnel works really, really well. So let me just finish trapping up here and we will get going into the actual mission. Alright, so we just dropped down and we're going to basically show you how you would normally play this build. We have some very minimal trap tunnels, but here we go. We're at full health. Only 3 people in the party at level 149, a lot higher than I actually thought we were. Not full of people, no health pylon, and you're going to see that it just wrecks things. The fact that Paleoluna's buff works on the AoE effect means that anything that is within that AoE is going to take damage from her 16.5% from base health. So your goal as Paleoluna is basically to stay alive. Another cool thing is that if you are in trouble and you need to kite anything and just be wary, the spear causes them to dance on elimination, allowing you to get away. That's why another reason, if you're using a build like this, you do not need a utility item, and you can carry around both of these. If you buff yourself with a wafer along with the static buff from the heavy attack, you're going to be doing a lot of extra damage. So let's eat a wafer real quick. Let's jump in here. And I mean, the amount of damage you do is kind of insane. For how easy it is. You get in a little trouble, eat a coconut, back to full health. You just wait for the bigger guy to come on out. The biggest thing you're going to have issues here with are definitely bees, lobbers, and blasters. Or not blasters, the laser guys. The cowboys, spacemen guys. Those are your biggest issues. Everything else will basically die. Shielders doesn't matter, because if a shielder gets near you, it'll start dancing and you'll take care of it that way too. And the damage is high enough to where you can just 1 or 2 shot an actual blaster or anything that's really bothering you. You can just run over to it and kill it. Groups of enemies like this, real easy. Just slam the spear, 2-shot them, and it's a lot of fun to play. I just want to touch on this second build a little bit before we wrap this video up. This is a ton of fun to do. The Anti-Cuddle Sarah, infinite energy, infinite health build, it's a blast to play. It's a ton of fun, but I'm telling you, if you bring it into super high missions, it won't matter how much survivability you bring. Staying still with enough lobbers, blasters, and other things, bees, you just will not heal enough. But anything lower level, you can see this footage right here. It has death burst on. The bombs are just dropping on top of me, and I'm still alive. It's kind of crazy when you do it on lower level missions. On higher level missions, this build does fall off, but it's still a ton of fun to use. So just know that this spear is one of the best weapons in the game for what it does. For a melee weapon, the amount of builds and diversity you can build with this spear, and the fact that it's the first support item in the game, is awesome. It's just a cool thing. It's finally something we have in the game that allows us to buff our teammates. Like I said, hopefully one day we'll get more of these kind of weapons. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new to the channel and you like to subscribe, we're almost at 20K. We're like 200 or 180 away. You can be that 20,000th subscriber. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. If you guys like live streams, I stream every single day for the most part at twitch.tv/roundedtiktak. We would love to have you as part of the pack, part of the family. And lastly, if you guys are buying any kind of V-Bucks anyway or anything on Epic Games Store, you can always use creator code OOTikTakOO. It really helps me out to continue to create content like this. Let me know what you guys think about the spear down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts are. I have some cool videos coming. I'll see you guys on the next one. TikTak out.